Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin and Cardano. In this video, we're going to take a look at Bitcoin and the Cardano chart. And yeah, we can see today a rather green day. It already started quite good earlier today in my previous update. And so far, it's looking good for the crypto market as a whole. You know that I primarily still expect another move down. But as I emphasized throughout the last few weeks, we are pretty much at a decision point here at the moment for many cryptos. And especially for Bitcoin, which is currently just leading the market, right? So whatever Bitcoin is doing, many other cryptos are doing, not always the same way. As we can see, if you follow my different altcoin videos, you see that different cryptos move in different ways, and that, for example, certain cryptos have come down already to certain key Fibonacci support levels, where I say the low could already be in. And then there are other cryptos which haven't done that yet, where I primarily expect another sell-off. So yeah, it's getting interesting, and we start with Bitcoin here first. Bitcoin is really at the moment making it very difficult for us to judge what's going to happen next. I emphasized earlier today that this whole move here, which is in my view still a wave 4 before we get another wave 5 sell-off. Yeah, this really looks so similar to this previous wave 4 here, or was this one? I can't remember. So it is definitely looking just the same. It's basically the same thing. Yeah, you can see the same pattern here in a very similar way. You know, what we're doing here in a small scale, you did here in a larger scale. And that is really looking so similar. And overall, Bitcoin is here currently in this yellow target area. So this is the wave 4 target area that we talked about when we reached 33K down there, that we're going to get into this target area, and that there is a key resistance level that we should not get above. Well, if we get above it, then we can expect shorter term higher prices, much higher prices. Could go all the way up to 65K. Doesn't need to go to 65, but it would at least go to 51. Yeah, that is my scenario if we break above 46.5K. And pretty much, you know, I still expect a sell-off in that wave 5 structure. But what we also need to say that it's getting more difficult for the bears. You know, that support level did hold. The 50-day moving average did hold. In the end, there was a breakout out of this descending wedge. You can see it. And the technical target for that descending wedge would be the beginning of the wedge. So pretty much 45.5. There is also a key resistance level. That is the previous high here of the wave 4. So we did expect on this channel anyway a shorter term move up here. We talked about it because there were two scenarios. So the first scenario, just to emphasize, so it's basically at the moment it's doing what we expect it to be doing. So we talked about this here being potentially a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and in this scenario we would expect a wave 5 to go above the previous high, to go above 46K. In this scenario, we would most likely break the 46.5K level, and if we break above that, then we can expect far higher prices, okay? In the other scenario, we also expected a move up, and therefore it's just doing what it's supposed to be doing. This would mean that what we have seen up here was an ABC structure, so a 3-wave, after which you get a 5-wave structure in the other way. So we are currently, that could be that we've seen the wave 1, we're currently making a wave 2 to the upside as a correction, a wave 3 down, a wave 4, and a wave 5 to the downside then. That is the alternative. And at the moment, therefore, you don't know what's going to happen. We need to see if the price is now building a higher high. I think with a high probability, we are really going to see higher prices, and that correction, that sell-off into the region between 28.7K will then be delayed, okay? Primarily, unless we are breaking above that level, however, I do still primarily expect that we are coming down here first. Yeah, that is just what I have to expect, basically, because this scenario here has not been invalidated yet. But it's getting more difficult for the bears because this key level here at 42, between 42 and 41K, that level did hold. Yeah, it did hold. And what we did here, if I just zoom in maybe to the 1-hour chart, what you can see, that level did hold in the end. Yeah, we had a retest of that descending wedge. We've been making since then higher lows and higher highs. And therefore, it's really showing that it's getting difficult for the bears here to push lower. So at the moment, the bulls are in control here for now. But really, where we are heading now is really closer to that decision point at 46.5k, and already at 46k, that previous high here, where it wasn't actually 46, it was a bit high, lower than that, 45.8. We will already know if that scenario with a 1-2 to the downside, 3-4-5 coming, is invalidated. Because if you move higher with this move here, if you move higher than 45.8, then I think we're going to see the breakout above 46.5. So obviously whoever wants to, and everybody needs to make the decisions for themselves, whoever wants to sort of secure a position now before a breakout above 46.5, of course can do that. That's up to you. I won't tell you what you should do or shouldn't do. But so my own buy order for Bitcoin triggered here at around 38.5, I think, or 39.8 or something. So I'm sort of safe for a further move to the upside, and would then probably take profits if we break above 46.5, because then I would expect at least a 51k Bitcoin, yeah. But even then, at some point, I expect here not an all-time high, but a move down below 28.7k. So yeah, short term is looking a little bit more bullish, yeah, especially if you look at this descending wedge here, that broke out to the downside. But just what I mentioned here in the beginning, we did something very similar. Look at this in that last wave 4, when people got too bullish. You saw that here. We moved from that wave 3 all the way to the wave 4, then had this boring sideways movement that we had here in the last few days as well. And then we peaked, we broke out of a descending wedge. We even reached the target of the descending wedge, the beginning of the wedge, and then we fell down. So that is something you need to be aware of. That could happen again, okay? Just to make you aware. But yeah, anything in here, in this scenario, in this yellow target area can happen, and it doesn't have a significant effect on the further outcome. We need to break either here the 46.5 or the 39 to the downside. Then I think we're going to have confirmation which way we are going. But very exciting times, and at least we see some movement, and that's what we want. We want the volatility, because only with the volatility money can be made, right? It's getting already, however, here on the short time frame, already here on the 1 hour into the overbought level. So expect some resistance where we currently are here at 44.5. Cardano, yeah, also moving up with Bitcoin. Not that much though. It's pretty much hovering here and might even be building another lower high. Doesn't look that bullish. It even hasn't broken out of the descending wedge. Seems to me that it wants to wait what Bitcoin is doing. Just hovering above this trend line, this support line, and it also hasn't made a lower low. It has just made a higher low, a slightly higher low. It came down to the 88.7 fib level. We talked about it earlier today. Since then, we only have seen slight upside. It's pretty much at my buy order level at the moment at $1.08. Pretty much very close to the absolute low anyway. And I think here the next moves will be dictated by Bitcoin as well. At the moment also caught here in a pattern, so we need to see if we get a breakout out of this descending wedge to the upside. That would be at 116, and then also if I zoom out, we need to break out of this descending channel to really see a bit of a breakout. As I said before, the low could be in here already as well, because we have come down into my initial or my earlier target area that I gave you before, but it's looking very weak at the moment, so it's not really moving in an exciting way here to the upside. It's basically been bleeding out here, and I'm confident that at some point we see the turnaround here. But yeah, first of all, we need to see Bitcoin making a move. I think at the moment it's just moving sideways. Really not too exciting to watch that chart at the moment. But I currently use the period a bit to accumulate here at my buy order levels. So yeah, I'm alright with it. Can be staked, and I think the time will come when Cardano, together with the whole crypto market, will move up anyway. Yeah, every crypto is doing a bit poor at the moment. Yeah, some are now picking up again, which is good. The cryptos especially that reached my target areas, like Gala, like Sand, XRP was doing well as well, so I would need to take another look. But yeah, this is where we are here with XRP, just waiting, sideways movement, nothing too exciting. I think Bitcoin is getting closer to a decision point now. And let's see, I'll keep you updated. Yeah, hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. And again, if you really like the content, maybe consider to join as a channel member. You can do that on my website, and you can find a link for that in the description or here on YouTube. And then you can get access to Discord, Telegram, and a weekly live stream. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.